Good evening. I think this is going to be the last video for a while, but I want to give you an insight as to how fear and violence works and the line of attack that the government and its ACC Crown and Government departments and police will use. They will use insane or criminally insane. This is how these animals work. They're not addressing the violence that they're using to control the entire outcome of my life in my case. What they want to do is they want to claim that the victim is the problem because they're frightened of the victim and what the victim will do to them if they don't give the victim justice and accountability for the crimes they've actually committed. And they want to avoid the fact that they're leaving their victim in the situation they're in for the last resort situation to take effect. So, in effect, what you have are the criminals, the slave traders, the abusers, the threatening, intimidating, violent thugs, repealing laws of criminal provocation, having no laws of criminal entrapment. And literally, when the victim reaches the end of the fucking road and comes out and puts out videos like this and the other videos, speaking of last resorts and claiming that the Prime Minister and her ministers will be charged with murder by the time this case is over, if she does not call for a Royal Commission of Inquiry to address the facts and the issues, and to place all those who have committed crimes in this case to attack a victim with fear and violence that the victim had no involvement in, was not aggressive, threatening, intimidating or violent in any way, shape or form. And I've been in their custody long enough to know that even while they tried all that shit, I always stayed calm. And I never got aggressive, I never got into fights. They even had people try to attack me, but I still didn't even raise my hand. Because I knew that this is what these people wanted me to do. And, fended them off with a push, that's about it. But I didn't throw any punches, I didn't get aggressive, I didn't go over the top. I could have went over the top, but I didn't. I stayed in complete control of the situation. I fended them off, and I did that 2 or 3 times actually while I was in their custody. And these are prisoners they put me in cells with. These were not security guards. Security guards did different things. But prisoners. They put me in with very aggressive prisoners at times. And it's all standover tactics with these prisoners they're very violent and very aggressive. But the point I'm trying to make here is that they will try the psychiatric bullshit of criminally insane or insane. Because they know they've taken this to the very last resort. And that's if they refuse to call for a Royal Commission of Inquiry. So I'm ready for all this other bullshit. But I want to make this video clear. 1, I am totally sane of mind. 2, I'm totally relaxed. 3, I know exactly what I'm talking about. 4, there's nothing wrong with me mentally, psychologically, emotionally or physically in terms of other than the damage and the harm that they've already done to my life and the injuries that they're not addressing for the post-traumatic stress they caused to my life. Now, other than that, I don't think anybody would allow anybody to be in a kidnap situation and expect them just to take it laying down without defending themselves to the fullest extent practicable. I'm actually fucking drunk actually when I'm not doing this. And I'm still making fucking sense. Christ, that's a good one. So, I know all the angles in this case that can take effect. But the other one is they could blow my fucking head off at any point in given time. They've already pulled guns on me, so I already know these things. But the reality is that they use psychiatrists to actually help them carry out their crimes, and then the other angle they could take is that they could deem me unfit to stand trial. I'm already ready for that one as well. So, should this case end up with them giving me a psychiatric evaluation, one, it has to be fully video recorded at all times, and two, it has to be made shown to the public, which means they can do the psychiatric evaluation live. There'll be nothing done behind closed doors, and nothing will be left to hearsay, lies, innuendo, speculation, or manufacturing. So if they try and pull the shit and trying to do everything privately, they can fuck off, because they can't be trusted. And I would want society, I would want everybody to see exactly what these fuckers are playing at. So basically I'm trying to put a stop to them pulling this shit. But that's not to say that they won't try and pull this shit. They've pulled it for 20 years, so I can't see them stepping away from what they normally do. So they'll pull that shit again. But yeah, that's literally the crux of it. I mean, so there's not really much to say about that, other than I can prove that they're using fear and violence to back me into a corner, and then they're trying to say that I'm insane when they're the ones who are actually committing the crimes. From a slave trade action, from a criminally blackmailing, holding to ransom, vigilante action on a Mexican standoff, and literally claiming that the victim's the problem and the victim's the danger, when they're actually murdering the victim's life. And they literally want to hold their victim in a slave trade, kidnapping situation for the rest of the victim's life and spoon feed them shit so they can make money. Yeah, I think that about sums it up perfectly, actually. So there you go. That's how fear and violence works. And the other angles are how the government try to hide behind psychiatric foundations to enable them to commit their crimes against their victims, so they can get away with the crimes and the murders that they actually commit. And I'm going to put a fucking stop to that in this case, that's for damn sure. So I know all the angles that they go from. I've been through them all, and I kick their ass every fucking step of the way. But that's not to say that they can't pull the bullshit of saying you're unfit to stand trial. They can pull that shit at any time. And that's probably the only shit that they can pull now. The other thing is that they do everything in the courtroom behind your back, and they don't let you hear anything they have to say or any of their arguments, because you can actually defend yourself, and they want everything done in secrecy. That's how these terrorists work. So I'm just letting you know exactly where they can attack me on. And yeah, I think Jacinda's going to have a hard time fucking working this one out. I think her cops and their act of war against me is going to have a hard time of working this one out. I think the Crown Law Office and their act of war against me is going to have a hard time working this one out. Because they're looking for any angle that they can to do everything in secrecy, and they're doing fuck all in secrecy. So if they pull this bullshit, let it be known that the first person I'm going to be asking for is the representative, the Northern Irish representative to the British High Commission. So that's the first person I want to see. I won't be answering any of their fucking questions until I talk to the representative. And I won't be going to a courtroom until I've talked to a representative. That's just in case they try and pull this bullshit. So anyway, if this case ends in last resorts, which more than likely the Prime Minister is going to let it go there, because she doesn't want her ministers or her Prime Ministers ending up behind bars for the crimes that they actually committed. So, and they don't want the police embarrassed for the crimes that they actually committed for their active war actions, for their kidnapping of an injured victim, for attacking the sanity of an injured victim under false pretenses, and trying to cover up the crimes of their vigilante fucking lawyers, the likes of Gerard McGreevy, the terrorist himself. So, there you go. that's about all I've got to say now. I don't really need to make any more videos now till I get back to NZ. And yeah, I'm sure I'll have plenty to say or plenty to do or answers to get. And the GP's already been told I want all the medical professionals involved in my case in one fucking room. Even though she's got no medical notes or medical files to go on, she better fucking get all the medical professionals who have ever been involved in my case in a fucking room, and I want them all questioned by me on videotape. And the Prime Minister's been told exactly the same thing. So, if they keep refusing me the right to have my life given back to me, ownership given back to me, and they want to continue spoon-feeding me shit without an ounce of rehabilitation or any address of my injuries, or any address of the injuries they caused me, or any address of the crimes they committed for the last 20 years, they can fuck off. You don't have any rights we own you, Michael. Something you never get away from every day. You better watch your back, sunshine. I even have fucking dreams about that. Makes me fucking angry, that cunt. And then he gets a promotion to a fucking Solicitor General. Mike fucking Heron is his name. An absolute fucking wanker. Eh? He only made his way up the fucking ladder because his dad was a high fucking up judge. That's the only reason that fucker made his way up the ladder. And he gets away with threatening victims as well. So, yeah, that cunt knows exactly what I think of him. He's a kidnapping, uncivilized, narcissistic, terrorizing fucking sadist. And I want all the names of all the people who attended the secret meeting at Parliament on the 20th of June 2007. And I want to know the name of who sent the cops to my home after the Ashburton tragedy. I want the answer to that too. So, there you go, people. That's exactly how these people work, and I've gone through every angle of exactly what way they're going to attack. So, if they don't attack, I'll be very surprised. Because if they don't attack, then they give me a Royal Commission of Inquiry. And if they don't give me a Royal Commission of Inquiry and they don't attack, then I would say they've got something up their fucking sleeve. So, anyway. That's me. I hope he's enjoyed the videos, and hope he's enjoyed my statements. And I'll be back in New Zealand in about, I don't know, 12 or 14 days, I suppose. So we'll find out when I get back there, won't we? Yeah. I really haven't got a clue how this is going to end, but I would say that it's not looking too good for them if they don't give me a Royal Commission of Inquiry, because I'm not going to be continuing to stay in this situation. After their admission, they cannot be involved in the management of my claim, but they've held me criminally to blackmail and ransom for 13 years. And every terrorist involved in it, every mafia boss and every gangster involved in it, every vigilante involved in it, every lynch mob involved in it, they're all going to be held to account. That goes for medical professionals and experts as well. So there we go. It's a very dangerous situation, people, and I don't feel safe in New Zealand. I can tell you that. It's right here and now. But I have my children there, and I miss them. And yeah, and they've been through a lot. I'm sure they miss me too in some ways. So we'll see how it goes. Over and out.